everybody, my name is Nicholas Valero, and this is Renee Bravo. We're here with Keeping Up with the Nerds, LA Comic-Con. Woo! We are here. Right now it's just me and Renee. Say something, Renee.
Yeah. a lot going on, that's why.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. As you can see, Brian is searching for content.
Guys, we need it. Focus. Content.
Yeah, we're making content right now, right?
You're talking to cosplayers yet?
Yes.
To a few, yeah. I'm gonna get you a cosplayer.
Go get another one. That should hold him off for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So anyway, as he's having a slight panic attack. Okay, so as he's having a slight panic attack, we're gonna go ahead and walk around the floor. We're gonna talk to a couple of vendors, cosplayers. We have a couple of interviews coming up. It's gonna be great. Who the hell is this?
This is the cosplayer, Gerald, from The Witcher. Have fun.
What's up? Hi.
Let's just take it back to the studio. We'll talk about everything and more. Studio, get out of the shot!
Recording at 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California at Undercity Comics. Keeping Up with the Nerds presents issue 126. My name is Brian.
Renee.
And welcome to the show.
We did so
Do
well.
we do that again?
No, just keep it. Just keep moving. Just keep moving.
The guests don't show up and it's all back to chaos.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 126. With the three of us again.
Yes.
Back to the regular scheduled program. No guests. But...
Yeah, it feels a lot better now.
but
I can breathe.
it
was getting claustrophobic in here.
You forgot to set up the camera angles.
I did not.
Yeah, you did.
You shush.
Shut your mouth. That's what you're basically
Shut your whore mouth. That mouth needs to be shushed.
Guys, we had a long, busy weekend. First of all, we're recording Monday, not Friday.
Yes.
Primarily because we went to LA Comic-Con on Saturday.
We did?
And not as guests. No. How did we get into LA Comic-Con, guys?
We broke in.
Oh, dang, dude, you got to show it off more. Come on, you got to go. Like, you got to.
Yeah.
You got to do the whole Batman.
We had to
reveal,
shiv a guard for it.
It's stuck in it's so anticlimactic
I
at
know,
this point.
it's stuck in the headphones.
Pa! Oh! Wham!
Yeah.
Add the special.
I almost hit my knee. I'm so close to this table.
We went as press.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks to Nick.
Yes.
Thank you for that because we actually got some pretty good interviews.
Yay me!
Yay me!
Guys, if you have not gone to our YouTube channel and subscribed to that, you guys are going to be missing some pretty cool stuff that's going to be on that channel. So the podcast does come out Wednesdays at 11:30, and you guys can listen to it on any audio platform like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Podbean. But YouTube also has the podcast visually as well on Wednesdays at 11:30. This past Monday, we released the LA Comic-Con overview video, which just kind of showcases the shots and a couple little interviews here and there of who we kind of like talk to, kind of like, you know, a little sneak preview of what's to come for the week. Tuesday, we interviewed the cast of Sandlot.
Yeah, that was an honor.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a special little thing because they're actually they said that they just kickstarted this
Play Forever.
Right?
Play Forever Foundation.
Yeah, so the Play Forever Foundation, when I got a chance to talk to them about it, they were really awesome about it. They were talking about how it was a foundation that they had founded because they noticed that, you know, nobody had really stepped up to, you know, help these kids that needed a place to play to play any sport, not just baseball, not anything else, but it was to play any sport.
Give them that opportunity.
Yeah, give them that opportunity to play, but not only that, but also give them the opportunity to find something that they would love inside of the realm of sports, whether it be landscaping, whether it be managing, whether it be, equipment or anything else. Like, they wanted to get kids involved.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And they really wanted like kids to be outside. They wanted to help kids. There's a lot more people. There's a lot more kids that are staying inside and they're not going out for
Don't
sports.
tell them everything that we talked about in that video, dude, because we want people to go see it. It's a
it's a great video.
really-
It's a really great video. It was an awesome interview. I think my heart is pounding.
You blacked
30.
out.
I didn't.
I need you to send me that photo we took too.
Oh yeah.
What was it? It's in the drive.
drive? Okay.
Yeah, it's in the drive. I know. I was talking to them, and then like Renee and Brian and Andy and Mandy were all there, and they were like, "Wow, Nick, you did a great job. Like, that was
like,
good. That was a good interview." And then I was like, "I don't remember what I said. Like, like what did I say?"
I went through the
what's
video
funny?
I
I was sorry. It was like the whole time I was looking at you, you didn't look like you were nervous or like
No.
even you kept your composure.
Yeah, no,
Good
in my,
the whole time.
In my head, I was.
But then,
Well, because I really did admire. I really do admire them. I talk about it like a little bit inside
Yeah.
of the interview, like just partially.
well,
just
it was funny. Like after we got back and got the picture because we were so happy, we were so jazzed. We're leaving the booth and we're like. We forgot to get a picture. And we're like, should we go back, like circle up? No, we got to go now. So we just went through the big crowd of people and stuff.
We
and
ended up, unfortunately, in the thumbnail, there's one cast member missing because they ended up leaving. Yeah, so that's gonna.
Because I asked with one of the staff that was working there, and they said that Victor had gone on his break.
Yeah.
He had gone on a full hour break, and right when we caught them was like right before he was about to hit that break, and then it was going to be Shane and Grant that were going to be doing the next couple of interviews, and he was going to go like get lunch, because by the time we had talked to them, it was already like almost noon.
Yeah, it was.
So it was almost lunchtime.
it was 1:30, like 1:30, 45, because I got there at noon.
Yeah, it was lunchtime. So I mean, I get it. They were at that booth since they opened.
Yeah.
So I mean,
well, they said also the lady that was, I guess, their manager or their agent, was like, yeah, I mean, it's busy right now, but wait until and Smalls comes, like then it's gonna get packed.
yeah, because they were saying that they were swapping in and out, and everything else. So that was really cool.
Can we shout out the name of the person who helped us out? It was Aaron, right?
Yeah, you have her full name.
Yeah.
It should be right there.
Let me check the email. Right now.
Yeah, the spokesperson. There was an actual account. It was really cool for this year. I don't think it's ever happened. It's never been like this before at a Comic-Con. Well, at least LA Comic-Con.
Aaron Hart. I can't. I might.
Hartung.
Hartung?
Yeah. She was really awesome.
Aaron
She
Hartung.
helped us so much.
Yeah, she was very helpful.
On like trying to get interviews. She was trying her best to get us to do more. It was just unfortunate that there was just a lot of time constraints and a lot of like other things where, because she would even say too, like there's like the talent are here, and they're here to meet their fans.
Yeah.
And they're trying to use up all that time to meet their fans, and
Which is just as good too. They, just to have them there is great.
Yeah.
as well.
yeah, and that's part of their contract. So unfortunately, they don't have time to talk unless they're really trying to like spread the word on something.
Yeah.
And that was how we got the
Sandlot,
the
yeah.
Sandlot, because they really wanted to spread the word on their foundation, that they were like, hey, like, if they're willing to interview us, like we're willing to talk to them.
And you did a good job on staying focused on that. It wasn't so much about like Nick asking questions and just kind of like
as much as I really wanted
like if
to.
it's a 9-minute video. It's a 9-minute video.
We did say you did have a good last question that Brian suggested.
That was a good question.
That was a good,
Yeah.
and
That was
they
a-
they had fun with that last
did,
question.
They had a good one, because I saw Grant's face as soon as I was like, all right,
Yeah.
one last question, because I think I have to, what's your favorite thing? And they were
Favorite
like,
sports movie.
Yes,
I
favorite
wasn't going to
sport.
say it because I was going to wait until they got to the thing.
Wait till the video.
Wait to the video, because now why do I need to watch the video?
Don't say what they say.
Yeah, we're not going to say
yeah.
what they said. Go check it out.
There you go.
It's probably not what you expect.
Yeah.
'Cause
It was
there
a-
was some- they surprised us.
The last one, the last one that they said, I was like, oh, that's
I was
my
like,
childhood too.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
So Tuesday is the Sandlot interview. Monday was the overview video, but we also have 2 other interviews with.
By now, Sandlot should be up.
Yes, so it's already up, but we also talked to a couple merch or a couple stores.
Mitch vendors. Yeah.
Merch vendors or vendors,
Vendors in
basically.
general,
I couldn't figure out the word for it. We talked to 2 vendors who agreed to be interviewed for the channel.
Yeah.
So those will be coming up Thursday No, excuse me. Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
Because Thursday's Our Real Addiction. They come out. So can't take that spot from them. But they're coming out Friday, Saturday. So go check it out. If you have not subscribed to Keeping Up with the Nerds YouTube, go over there and subscribe, like the videos, and comment down below. See if you guys want more of this kind of stuff, because definitely we're going to be going back next year. And we're trying to do more things. My dream, San Diego Comic-Con, but we also got to do WonderCon. We got to do Anime Expo next year. There's also the Game Awards. Maybe if we can get
there's
into
a lot
it.
there's a lot of stuff that we got to try to get into. This is a stepping stone, which is really nice. Now that we've actually been to LA Comic-Con, it's gonna be a lot easier for us next year. We can then pivot this to do WonderCon and all the others. So I'm really happy with how everything came out. I was really happy with the way that we were working together too, like at the con, because cons are chaotic.
Yeah,
like no matter what,
we were pretty structured within ourselves. Like we knew exactly what we needed to do and stuff like that.
We kept it simple.
Yeah, we
That's
kept a
all
lot
it
of things simple. Even the skit that we had today. That one very much we were really trying to figure out what the heck we were gonna do.
And we literally came up with it within like 10 seconds. Like, we're just standing there and we're just like, okay, we'll do it this way, and that way.
Yeah, we found like a certain area and we were like, oh my god, like we can actually film a skit here, because all of everyone in the main hall. I mean, honestly, if somebody had COVID, we're all infected. Like it was that was a super spreader event, because dude, I
swear if I start hearing cases are coming up after this whole thing, I'm gonna be mad.
I'm just so upset.
Damn it!
But I do have. But I mean, it was a lot of fun. We got to see Elijah Wood. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
like,
Sean Astin. They're all on the panel. Yeah,
like that was really awesome. We got to see a couple of like really cool stuff. It was pretty sick.
We'll talk about our favorite stuff when we get to the LA Comic-Con section. Hang on, don't spoil everything for people. It's the main topic of today's issue. We got to get through some other important things. Okay. All right, we got to get through comic strips. Remember that. All right, we got to make this an interesting episode. Last but not least, guys, go follow us on our socials: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, we got business cards now.
Yeah.
Woo! Look at this.
We officials.
We are official. So now if we ever meet anyone, or if anyone runs into us and wants one of these business cards to kind of hold on to or whatever, you guys can go find us. And we actually have a stack. This is going to be a one-time design. Yeah. For now. It's a starter design.
Why does it say keeping up with the Nerfs?
Nerfs? Oh, man.
Dude, stop. I was so...
That guy saw Brian's face.
I was like, no.
Keeping up with the Nerfs at gmail.com. Oh God!
Can't show anymore, dude. That's it. That
scared him so bad.
It's such a great. It's so.
That was great.
It killed me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got business cards now.
Yeah, we can't talk about the business cards after that. You're just, there they are. Move on.
Buzzkill moment right there. I don't know, man. Give me some credit.
Spirits is done. He was so happy and jazzed about it. Because the whole time we were doing it, he goes like, the whole time before we recorded, he goes, "This came out pretty good." He's like, and I'm like, "Yeah, they did. No one said they didn't." Like,
dude, I was in a freaking. I've been working my ass off this last week, man. I had a final today.
I'm telling you right now.
I edited the video, 2 of them.
They look good. They came out nice.
Yeah.
When Lewis calls me and he's upset, I'll let you know.
For what?
Yeah. Lewis is gonna have his own critique. I think.
Yeah,
why? Because he's gonna say like, "Why didn't you ask me to make you one?" Well, you know, there's ask him.
The next time you see Lewis, he's gonna ask you, "Let me see the business card," because he knows you're gonna have one on him. He's like, he could have gotten a better one. You know?
Yeah, but I'm also, I know my people.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, that's the first thing he's gonna do.
Staples.
Staples. You got the 250 count.
You're so cheap.
Hey, look! If he wants to design our business card, our next ones,
yeah,
why
that's
not?
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I will say this.
I mean, look, think about it. You're showering right now, Lewis, right? So he's showering. He could be thinking about the potential business card he wants to make.
Please clean yourself and think about it.
Think about it really hard.
Last but not least, before we move on to comic strips, it's Nick's birthday today.
Yes,
yes.
everyone, yes.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Guess his age down in the comments.
75 years.
75
years old,
and
dude.
young, man.
75 years young.
75 years young, man. Yeah.
Alrighty, so are we ready to move on with comic strips now?
Yes.
All right, so
Oh
comic
my,
strips.
These gray hairs I call Renee and Brian.
There's more of them though.
If you guys are new to the
stress me out. That's why.
dude, you stress me out, man.
I know, but you don't have gray hair yet.
You don't.
I do. I kind of have like one somewhere in there.
It's somewhere. I
Somewhere.
can tell you exactly where mine is.
Right over here. If you guys are new to the show, Comic Strips is a small little segment where we talk about, smaller topics that don't really need a full-on discussion. We spend about maybe 5-ish minutes at most talking about these different things that have come out throughout the week. We got a pretty good list today now that we don't have guests, and we're going to be talking about LA Comic Con afterwards. So, are we ready to start off with Comic Strips?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, the first piece of news, Warner Brother Discovery comes out today and basically says that they're thinking about renaming the HBO Max streaming service to just Max.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like that. I mean, I guess.
Here's what you do. You just call it HBO.
Yeah.
HBO.
Why are we missing the target? Whether or not it's young or old, they know what HBO is.
Yeah.
I just pictured someone like in a board meeting, like there's a dartboard right in front of them. It's like you got to hit the bullseye right, and the guy just goes and throws it the wrong way. It's the
Sorry,
intro.
Deborah. Sorry. No,
It's such a stupid it's such a stupid thing to consider.
Max is. I don't know what you're talking about, and also it kind of sounds like a porn streaming site.
Sure.
Yeah, I can see.
Sign up for Max.com.
Triple Max.
The world's best pee site. That's a different site, I realize.
No, but you're right. HBO is that staple name, right? When you think of streaming service, it's Hulu, it's Disney, it's Netflix, and HBO is a staple name. Like HBO, when that was announced, HBO Max, dude, I was excited for it. I was ready.
Same here.
If they would have just canceled, if they would have just said we're no longer doing cable, like we're no longer doing cable services, and it's just going to be HBO online streaming.
Done. Yeah.
You call that a day.
I
you
think
already
I
have your
think
name.
it's because HBO went through all the names because they have HBO, HBO Go, HBO Now, HBO Max.
So then just name it HBO.
Just
Nick's
cut it.
right. Yeah.
Or just HBO Plus.
I mean, it's like Facebook when they
It
had
went from Max to Plus.
No, yeah, Max the Plus.
I mean,
now.
just cut a word. You don't need the Max.
Yeah.
Like
Just
the
HBO.
Max. Like I just feel like Max is so weird and it's nondescript, and it's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go watch cartoon. I'm gonna go watch what is it? Rick and Morty on Max right now.
No,
Oh, yeah.
HBO works.
That doesn't sound
Wait,
weird.
so what are you watching the Batman on? Max. Is that a person? Like, is that a person's like username?
You're talking about Goofy's kid?
Yeah, Max.
No, it's dumb.
It's a bad name. It's a bad name.
It's lazy.
The Warner Brothers Discovery, don't do it. That's our piece of advice. Yeah. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse kind of gets a solid confirmation that the trailer is complete. And supposedly the rumor is that it's going to be coming out September 13th.
And Brian is edging himself until we get it.
I am slightly nervous.
Why?
Because I don't know, man. Like, I'm always nervous with Spider-Man movies. I'm like, I hope it comes out good. It is. It's,
you don't want
doing,
anyone to give you any ammunition on a bad Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, basically.
You don't want an Amazing Spider-Man 2.
You don't want a Tom.
No, I
Holland.
don't want certain, I don't want certain people to come back into my life and say like, Peter Parker's, the worst character ever written.
I don't know why you allow those people to come back into your lives. That's
I'm
on
good.
you.
It's my choice, right?
It's you live your life. You make that decision.
It's just I don't know why, man. To create a PowerPoint after that, no, I'm good.
You're the type. You're the type of person that's like, oh, you know what? I'm feeling good right now. I need a toxic person in my life right now.
I feel like I'm good and stable mentally, physically. I got it. It's
Burst
time for
through
some
the door.
toxicity.
I really need a toxic person in my life right now.
Let's just keep things going.
I'm gonna hit this person up because things are just going too well for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Ever heard the word of too much of a good thing? Yeah. That's why you have toxic people in your life.
In the spirit of LA Comic Con, we've got a bunch of trailers that just came out this week, and it includes That 90s Show, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Guardians of the Galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Last of Us gets a full great trailer as well.
Nick Offerman in that show.
Yeah. And Gen V, the new Boys spin-off series that's coming out on Amazon Prime.
So, Here's my thing. For Indiana Jones, I was kind of surprised with the amount of falling that Harrison Ford did, that it wasn't dial life alert.
Right?
Like,
Dude
Indiana
crashed a
Jones
plane,
and
man.
dial to life alert. Okay, in all
My
fairness, it
back
looked
belongs in a museum. It's just like this.
he's just
The last scene is him literally going with the whip, just twisting his back
I
and
thought
forth.
at one point he's going.
you just see him like. I just want to see him pull the string out and just. All right, they'll be here in like half an hour.
See,
Okay,
that's,
I'm so.
It's gonna get us canceled by
I'm
Harrison
so-
Ford's
okay,
team,
he
dude.
doesn't like anyone.
Yeah,
So
let's be fair. Harrison Ford just doesn't like it.
it's just, that's one of the things when it comes to a long-awaited sequel to anything is when you see the actor and the age they have become. That's what kind of not threw me off about the new Matrix movie was you get to see Keanu Reeves' age.
Yeah.
And it did throw me off a little bit, but then I was like, okay, well, it's been so long.
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, I feel like another Indiana Jones movie. Did I want it? No, but am I gonna go see it?
Yeah. It's Indiana
Yeah.
Jones. I think
Indiana Jones.
As much as I make fun,
Yeah.
it looks awesome.
Yeah.
No, it still looks
I'm
cool.
gonna love the hell out of this movie. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Moonraker,
Okay.
where they just keep on pretending like this person is young. Like, it's the same thing with Roger Moore in Moonraker, where he's like 65 years old, and they're just like allowing this like this senior citizen to pretend like he's in charge. Like, he's just so suave and everything else, and like these like 20-year-old women are going like, "Oh my god, I want to sleep with him," and you're like,
No, you can tell that
you
he's like
don't.
you can
How
tell,
old is
man.
he right now?
Don't know.
who Harrison Ford. I think he's like he's like 75, 80. He's either like 75 to 80.
I just realized that because the keyboard's not connected.
can
You
go-
can unlock it. So I don't know how much time we have on the show right now.
I'll find out right now. I'll
Okay.
switch it off.
Personally, I'm very excited for the Last of Us show, just because it looks really, really good visually.
I'm interested. I'm very
Yes.
interested.
80.
Oh, he's 80 flat.
80 flat. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
It's gonna-
Uh,
how old is Mark Hamill? Is he
I
old?
think Mark Hamill's a little because
let's not
Harrison
talk
Ford.
about age, dude.
No, Harrison Ford
Let's
is
not talk about age.
The oldest.
He was the oldest out of
three.
all of them, so I think Mark Hamill is like 72.
Which Mark Hamill did talk about him and Carrie Fisher when they were on set
They were
in the Star Wars. They were hooking
hooked
up.
up.
Yeah. So put that in your thought right
Yeah.
now.
sure.
He
They
is
did-
71, so he is.
They did
Harrison Ford is 9 years
Yeah.
older.
Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher did it before Game of Thrones made it cool.
Which one? So you're excited for Indy?
I'm excited for Indy. Indy's so much. I listen. It gives me a lot of like Last Crusade vibes to it. Unfortunately, we don't have a Sean Connery coming back because they killed him off in the fourth one. But
He just realized he needed to click the thing off camera. He literally goes, "Damn it!" Renee, shout it out. Which trailer got you excited for something?
Guardians.
Guardians. Yeah,
Guardians
Guardians
looks
looks pretty
pretty
cool. All right, moving on to the next topic. Where was I at? Oh, AI art. It's taken over the internet. Which, sure, it's great. It's cool to see it all. I love how there's like an internal feud between like actual artists and AI people who are just, or AI enthusiasts.
did you guys see how I put AI art of a penis on my face the other day?
No, that's real. I'm not putting those photos online though. No. Unless
those are for us.
yeah, those are that's too damn bad. But no, the AI art, whatever it is, the people have been using, it created the first internet AI art cryptid. Its name is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Loab?
Loab?
Yeah.
Loab.
Look her up or look it up. I don't know if it's got a gender or not, but it's a
It
pretty
has
creepy.
feelings. It knows you now.
Oh yeah, right. It's gonna like follow through like some sort of like Google's transmission or something. I don't know. Find me. So yeah, that's interesting. James Gunn also releases a poster for the Blue Beetle.
Yes.
Good.
You know what's interesting about this? He's very active on Twitter.
James Gunn.
Yeah.
He's like the
That's what got him canceled in the first place.
Twitter. Yeah.
Twitter, old tweets. Yeah.
We
Joke
don't-
tweets.
Listen, we don't get this unless James Gunn says something dumb on Twitter and gets fired by Disney. So, I love Twitter.
True. Sure. You know how like Elon Musk just tweets everything on Twitter without thinking about what he's tweeting?
Yes.
I feel like James Gunn is that, but he's more of like a neutral good.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
he's a neutral good because he's not. Yeah, I mean
Like Elon Musk is neutral evil. James Gunn is like neutral good
yeah,
because he doesn't care, but he's also not being
yeah,
a jerk.
and he's not. Yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't really know how to add to that, but yes, yeah,
because I
can see that.
personally have a feeling that this is how he's going to release information. Like he's not going to be using like trailers or anything before anything does come out. Now that he's head of DC
Dude,
creative team,
I'm just waiting for him to release a lineup. That's it.
It'll probably come.
I'm waiting for him to release a lineup, and I'm
Just
also
wait.
really interested in what they're gonna be doing now, seeing as Fandom's gone. Like what they're going to be using as like their big like we're going to announce everything here.
is he also in charge of the comics or is it just the film?
Just
the
DC
film.
Just the
Studios.
film.
DC
Yeah, so I
Studios.
don't think it's going to really matter. That's
Oh,
probably a separate
he
thing.
did announce though he's gonna have both the video games and animated movies and the movies
Yes.
connected.
Did you also see that
What?
he tweeted out? Yeah, everything's going to connect.
Everything's gonna have a
So-
connection. Yeah.
Did you also see that he
That's interesting.
tweeted out a photo of Kingdom Come, I think it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's. I guess that's the
Yeah,
the
I've seen
gold standard he wants to do.
Which is good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
a
that.
solid story.
I've seen that movie.
That's a
yeah.
solid story. Last bit of comic strip news. I'm going to give you guys the definition of Oxford's word of the year. Do you guys know what it is?
No.
No?
What?
I'm going to give you guys the definition of Oxford's.
Dude, I know we
Oxford's.
call the show.
No.
Keeping
Listen.
Up with the
Listen.
nerds.
Okay, because I want you guys to know. I
But
looked at it and I'm just like,
That's a
it's dumb.
different type of nerd he's talking about right now.
We're not Scrabble nerds.
We're not
Listen,
smart nerds, okay?
No, I'm just going to give you the
We're not
definition.
We're funny
I
nerds.
want to see if you guys can guess it.
Is it penis?
No, you want it to be, but it's not.
I really did want it to be.
Okay, so you ready? I'm going to give you the definition. You guess the word.
Okay.
A type of behavior which is unapologetically self-indulgent. Close.
Okay.
Which is unapologetically self-indulgent.
I look at keep reading.
Lazy, solvenly, or greedy. Typically in a way that regrets social. I can't even read it. I'm like crying too much. Social concerns or expectations. What's the word?
I don't know, honestly.
Just because I know you, weeb.
It's not. I'm not. I didn't
would
make
be
this
fun.
word up.
That'd be
No,
great, yeah.
I'm
It's
totally,
it's weeb.
No, like weeb, like just
Weeaboo.
because I know how much you like hate. That
It's.
entire-
You think it's weeb?
I think it's something within that realm. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? it
Renee,
is?
what do you think it is? You stick with Nick?
I'm still sticking with Nick because it's funny.
Okay. The word is goblin mode.
Goblin mode? That's
Goblin
a thing?
mode. Goblin
What?
mode.
It's in the dictionary
It's in
yet?
the Oxford English Dictionary.
I hate English.
Yeah.
It's
we
the.
really screwed the pooch on this one.
Can you imagine saying that? Like, I'm going to go goblin mode. What are you doing? I'm going goblin mode.
Dude, goblin mode was a slang word. Stop, dude. You just noticed it.
I just know I've been looking at the computer. I turn around.
No, goblin mode was a slang word probably like a couple years back, man.
I don't care.
Kids nowadays don't use it, so
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah, because the Oxford Dictionary was going to keep up to date. Yeah.
they're gonna use what's
I'm
what are
gonna
the
do
kids
that.
saying nowadays? dude?
At the end of the year, I gotta check on what the Oxford Dictionary is.
Yeah, you gotta. The 2024 word
Wait,
is
do you
gonna be
mean-
lit.
Renee's like, I gotta know if this is important.
Yeah.
I gotta look up what the Oxford Dictionary actually is.
I can't settle the rest of my year without finding out what
You
the
gotta.
new
That's
word
how you
is.
keep up, dude. That's how you keep up with the words,
That's
dude.
sad.
Dude, I feel like Oxford Dictionary right now is kind of like that Twitter page that's like whenever they post something that happened years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
It's like Internet Explorer finally died.
Wait, is fetch in the dictionary?
Dude, I don't know. I don't read the
Then
dictionary.
it doesn't matter.
I don't care. I just saw this being posted and I'm like, okay, that's kind of dumb.
It's not fetch.
So whatever. That's a thing. Goblin mode. And that concludes comic strips. Don't hate me. I'm not the one.
You brought
that
it up.
Yeah.
You did this to us.
He said the funny
You've
line.
done
which was
this to us.
Nick. He called you Goblin mode. So all right,
don't
shut
know.
up, Goblin.
Goblin Slayer, maybe.
Wait, what does that mean?
World of Warcraft.
No, it's not.
Oh, I don't know.
If it's coming from Nick, that's not what it means.
It's an anime.
Of course, yeah. That,
Loser, dude.
You know
What
what's
a
funny? Working
loser.
here, and I knew it's because it's a manga too.
It's a manga. Yeah, it's a manga. Yeah.
That's so dumb, dude. People still read manga.
Oh yeah, it's a money
dude.
They
thing.
still read manga.
These young
dumb.
kids today, they come in.
In all
like,
fairness, I think you would really like Goblin Slayer.
Really? Wow.
Especially for the first
I have
episode.
a manga, which
If
is
there was a world.
spoof on Power Rangers, and it's basically about how an alien race crashed into Earth, and these people dressed as heroes force the aliens to be bad guys so they can look
so that would
good.
look good.
Yeah,
Cool.
It
If
looks
there was
cool.
a world
I've
where
heard about
I
that one.
read
Yeah,
stuff.
that one's. What, you have it?
I have it. I have the volume 1 in the back right now. I'm gonna buy
See,
it.
look, he'd buy it from you. I'm not. I don't read that crap.
But it sounds cool.
I don't watch anime. I don't read
have
manga.
some respect. You
No,
know,
why?
Power Rangers today, man. You know, this time.
Yeah,
You gotta-
I watch Power Rangers.
Yeah, and that has to deal with Power Rangers.
Yeah, man.
And we just lost the Power Rangers.
Dude, don't
Be
not put
sensitive,
me
okay?
in that situation. That's Nick's job. Oh my God! Speaking about anime, though, LA Comic Con had an anime section that was underwhelming.
I love how we said, like Nick was saying, oh yeah, over there is the anime and video game stuff. You're like, that's cool. The video games sound cool. And just taking anime out of his mind.
I thought it was so funny because I remember when we got there, I was just, oh, they didn't tell anybody somebody was supposed to be here because just no one was in that area.
Oh yeah, there was nothing there.
It's always so funny because at that convention center, the West Hall is always abandoned. Like they never put anything good in the West Hall.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Are we gonna start with the negative aspects of LA Comic Con?
No, it's just just first thing that pops in my head, you know. But it was, I mean, we got there. It was great, you know.
There's a lot there.
There was a lot of people.
There's a lot of stuff. The coolest thing I would have to say I saw at LA Comic Con would have to be those glow galleries.
Oh,
you kept circling back at those.
I was really trying to.
You're talking about the posters, right?
I was
those
trying
light-up
to.
posters.
I was trying to convince myself every single time I walked up to
Yeah.
it that it's a good purchase. And then
For $400,
it was $250.
$350 for
just
was
the
three- there
just
was
for
two
the
fi-
light up, right?
It was $250 with a frame. It was $250 with the frame, and then it came with one.
Yeah. What character were you thinking about getting?
What I was thinking about doing was getting Gundam Wing.
Oh yeah, you saw that.
That Gundam Wing, and that kind of almost sold me.
They were pretty cool. Like it's
Yeah.
a pretty damn cool concept.
It was a really. In case you guys don't know, what it is it's a LED light box that acts as a frame, and then the arms of the frame detach, like they open up, like a casing for your imprint. And basically, what you can do is you just pull it out, and it was kind of like the metal. The metal framing of posters,
like a display. If you guys,
it's
kind of
like
it is.
it's kind of like display, but it was plexiglass.
Yeah,
with like multiple colors, so that way when you put it in, it had like a nice like.
You know where
shine
people
to
can
it.
see what we're talking about? It's in the little overview video that just came out on Monday.
yeah.
Oh, there is a video
there's
of
a
it. Yeah,
shot
because
there's a shot of
I
it
got a
there.
good video of it because I kept going back.
Yeah, I'm
But-
telling you, man, you kept circling back to that.
It's also not my
They
fault.
also had
that
2
there was-
booths.
No, they had 5 booths.
They had 5 booths.
Yeah,
I
man,
just saw
they were-
2.
they were
No, there was
scattered.
5. There was 5
That's
total.
the illusion of the con for you.
Yeah, because we were counting.
Yeah, because there was the T-shirt one.
Yeah.
And then there was that one, the light up one, and then there was another one. There was
No, but there was 3 light up ones.
Yeah, that's
There
the
was
thing.
3 of them because there was 2. No, there was 4. because there was 2 inside the main hall and there was 2 inside the west hall.
Yeah. That's how you spread out. And that's how
They spread them out everywhere, so everywhere you went, it was there.
It's a good marketing thing. For
I
you,
like the neon look design.
Also,
that it did.
those are expensive though. They were so expensive
They
because
had
it was
a lot,
$60 for a plate.
You know what's funny? I would love to go back. The next time we do a con, we do have to go. I feel like we need to go like 3 or 2 days, the whole weekend.
Well,
because on Sunday, when you go on Sunday, everything's half off, or everything's like so much more cheaper.
Do you want to know why?
Because they don't want to go home with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they don't want to take it home.
Yeah, so or they're more inclined to haggle, or like they'll let you haggle the
big
price.
merch, the big merch booths, not the smaller. Or
Well,
not
the smaller ones too.
No,
That's the
smaller
thing.
ones. Yeah,
These are just
but-
people that are just trying to sell stuff to you. You know?
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is that gallery thing, they were never gonna budge on that.
No, you probably
They
could
were-
maybe like $10 at most. I think
maybe
but they wouldn't like take down $50. I feel like.
that's a solid $300 purchase, in which I was really trying to convince myself to do it, and I couldn't.
We got you a holographic poster of
That was
Chainsaw
really-
Man.
that
And
was really sick, yeah.
You literally, your first
That
comment was like, I don't
so
know where to put it.
Funny. I don't know where to put
was
it.
And
laughing
so
so
you
hard,
weren't thinking
too.
about where to put that, but you had an idea of where to put a LED box with a.
No, I was gonna buy.
Okay,
I was
so
gonna buy.
the-
I was gonna buy that and then figure it out.
we were torn between different ones to get you. The reason why we chose on Chainsaw Man is because the guy there said it's our last one.
Okay,
And we're like-
so just as reference, it's a picture of Chainsaw Man transforming.
Yeah.
Like back and forth, and it's a holographic. So from the different angle you see it in, it's.
I think I was the one that made that final choice.
It
The
was
moment he
pretty
said it was
cool.
like
Yeah.
his last one, I was like, okay, we get it. That was
Okay.
it.
No,
that's
yeah,
fine.
it was cool, and I thought it was so funny because they were so excited for me to see it, and they were like, "Don't bend it," because I was being very rough with it. And what was it? I remember opening it because me personally, I know Chainsaw Man is really good. I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's so cool. I haven't seen it yet. I'm
I
like,
know it's
wow,
really good
dude.
because all my friends tell me it's really, really good, and like I need to watch it. The only problem is that I'm being lazy and I don't want to read.
You also tend to be very aggressive with the presents at your party because even Andrew's box, you like shook it and it was like 3 different pops. And Andrew-
I loved how when you open the box of pops, they're like, "You just got pops."
I was like, "No, is this just pops?" And
Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, sure." Like, yeah, I
What
bought
is
you.
it?
I bought you
Admiral-
pops.
What is it? What's the one that someone said? Why would you get that one? It
Oh
was
yeah,
Admiral.
it
one of your
was
friends.
Admiral
said that.
Zhao.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
it
got
was-
it, Zhao. Like,
What's wrong with Zhao?
I mean, I don't watch Avatar, but I was like,
it was so funny
Yeah.
because I asked my buddy Andrew why he got me Admiral Zhao, and he was like, when I was looking at the back of the thing, because I knew I was gonna get you an Avatar one, he goes, I can almost guarantee he has an Aang, he has a Toph,
Yeah.
he has a Zuko, he probably has a Katara.
Yeah.
What's the one pop he didn't get?
Zhao.
It
or
was Admiral
wouldn't,
Zhao.
he wouldn't spend money on himself. To
Yeah,
get.
like he
Yeah.
wouldn't spend money on himself to get. It was definitely Admiral
It's
Zhao.
yeah.
and then my girlfriend was asking me too. She was like, "So why did he get you 2 of the same pop?
Oh yeah. No.
Like I don't get it. Like why did he get? Because he got me the Amazon exclusive Ahsoka Tano pop.
The lightsabers were different, right?
No,
it was
the hood.
She had a hood.
One was a hood, one was hoodless.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I was trying to explain it to her, and then she was laughing because I got it, and then I go, "Oh, can you put it over in the corner?" And then she goes, "Okay," and then she got the normal one, the one that wasn't exclusive, and she went to go put it on the thing, and she goes, "You already have this one." And I go, "No, I don't." She goes, "Yeah, it's right here." And I go, "Oh, I must have bought it from Renee a while back."
You know what? You know what? When you open those, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't want to say that out loud too. I was like, you already bought one.
Because I buy them from
Well,
you.
Yeah, you buy
guess
them
what?
from me.
Andrew listens to the show, so now he knows.
Now he knows.
It doesn't matter. I mean, now I can open one.
That's true.
I haven't. I
can put it on your desk.
I haven't opened it. It's still in the box.
Okay.
Because I wanted Ashley Eckstein to sign it eventually.
Okay.
Which, speaking of Ashley Eckstein, I'm wearing her shirt.
Oh, which you got
yes,
at LA
you are.
Comic Con.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna take it.
These are nice. Dude.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool one.
I like it.
That's a pretty cool one.
You know what,
wanna-
the one thing I do like? It's comfy. Like it's so.
It does
soft.
look comfy.
It's soft.
Oh my God, it is.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's so soft.
Oh yeah.
And it's warm. Like it's so.
So I
warm.
want to bring it back to Pops real quick. I'll touch it afterwards.
Do you want to touch me,
No,
please?
no. I want to bring it back to Pops for a second. I wanted to say. Stop.
How old are you?
People get to.
Oh Old enough to party.
Bringing it back to Pops, the one comment I did make was that there were a lot of Pop sellers at LA Comic Con.
Oh yeah, that was
That was also a downside.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I also saw how much they were charging for certain ones. And I
Okay,
was like, ooh.
here was my thing though. Okay, so if it's a pop that's at those conventions, usually they're the expensive pops.
Yeah.
They have like a couple of pops that are gonna be within like the realm of possibilities of like, oh yeah, maybe like $12 to $15, but they're really trying to sell those like you're a collector.
Yeah.
And you want to complete a collection, and these are like hard to find pops. Yeah, they were pretty expensive. I saw one that was like I think $200.
I saw a guy selling Mad Balls. I was like, I haven't seen these since I was a kid.
Mad Balls.
Yeah,
Balls.
you never play with Mad Ball where you would throw them and then you could squeeze them and everything.
Hold on.
They were pretty sick.
I remember Mighty Beans.
Oh, Mighty
Mighty
Beans.
Beans.
Yeah, or Tech Decks.
Mad Balls were like they look like they're screaming.
They're
Why?
like monsters.
Like
They look like
little
monster
monsters.
balls.
They're like little
They are.
Damn right. Anyway, but yeah, that was really cool. I did
These are
think
Mad
that.
Balls.
Oh, I've seen them.
Yeah. Some guy
I had
was
the eye
selling
one.
those. Yeah.
I had the eye one.
Yeah, they were selling them and you could squeeze them and then the eyes pop out and everything. else.
The
That
mummy
was-
one is one I had.
Yeah, the one thing I did, the one thing that we didn't get to do, in which I really kind of wanted to do, was the Wild Bills. And the root beer. You guys, I should have bought the jerky.
Is it the?
I should have bought that.
Wait,
yeah,
the Wild
the
Bills.
jerky.
That's the booth that looks like a barrel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
because
soda.
that's
They're
the-
always there.
I saw so many people just walking around with those cups, those refillable
So
cups.
check this
Yeah.
out. So it's genius. So their entire business model for cons is so genius. You go over and you buy a cup,
Yeah.
right?
It's
If
a
you buy
barrel cup.
If you buy a cup Friday, they will then give you a wristband for the entire weekend.
Oh.
So that way it's okay, cool. You bought
You
a
just
cup.
show up the next day.
You show up the next cup and you just
That
keep on.
is
That's why the
so-
refill line was so long.
Oh, damn.
But they're expensive.
But
I think you pay like 50 or
No,
something
it's 25.
for the cup.
And for the refillable?
For,
Just
it
to
was
get a
for
refill?
the refill it was 25.
No
It
way.
was a metal
Huh?
cup.
Because that's like not
a metal-
handmade, but it's
Well,
like
I'm assuming they make the soda.
they
so,
do. It's
yeah.
it's an in-house soda.
So I mean, they have the resources. It's not like they're buying the product to give you. They're making it themselves.
Hold on. Now here's the trippy part.
What?
So you've now bought a Wild Bill's cup, right?
Yeah.
The next con that comes and Wild Bill's there, you
No.
can bring your cup and
No.
spend $10 and you get refills all day.
You know, that's not good for my diabetes, but it's
Worth it.
worth it though.
But I thought it was. That's why I was telling you. I was
Yeah.
like, dang it, I had a Wild Bill's cup and I
Yeah.
forgot
Ah,
because that's what sold me last
Yeah.
time I was there. I saw it and I went, oh, that's pretty sick.
You know what though? I mean, that's a cool idea. I would do it, but I don't think Manny would do it because she's so particular about her soda.
No, dude, I'm telling you right now,
Yeah.
that stuff is good.
Is
It's
it?
so good.
How's the
It's-
cola? Is it good cola?
Dude, it's solid cola. So
Okay.
same thing with the cream soda
Oh,
and the root beer.
God.
Dude, those are.
Yeah, I'm
know
a
what-
sucker for like
you know-
in-house root beer.
You know
and
what?
stuff
You know
like
what else was really
Do
good?
they have diet sodas?
They do. but
Ooh.
they have a
There you go. That's it.
I'm
No,
good.
they had a diet cola. Last
You hear
time I
that,
went.
diabetes?
Diabetes God is looking over me.
No, but they had that. And
Give
then
me
they-
this
they-
insulin.
They also had orange soda, and I think they also had like a ginger ale.
Do they have like
Oh,
a
that's cool.
dark
They also-
cherry one?
They did have a dark cherry. Dude, the dark cherry actually is my favorite.
Oh,
dark cherry is my
God,
favorite.
dude.
Well,
Dude,
that's
it's
the
so
thing.
good.
Okay, so this year, I mean, I was telling Brian too. I was like, I gotta show up with more money next year.
No.
Because like I feel like because there's so many things I want.
So that's the thing is
Yeah.
that I think that we got to experience the con in 3 different levels.
Yeah.
We got to experience it as someone that constantly goes, someone that's been going, someone that has gone but not as much.
yeah, it's been like maybe 5 years.
And
since
then
I've been
Andy
one.
was someone that never went.
Yeah.
And so what's
He was-
interesting about it, hang on.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about Andy's experience is there was something that she said, I think after you left, she's just like, because I asked her, I'm like, oh, what do you think of the convention? She's like, I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
it's
yeah,
a lot.
It's
There's
a
a
lot.
There's a lot going on. I thought it was really funny because as somebody who's been to a lot of cons
Yeah.
and I've spent far too much money, that's the reason why I went to the bank beforehand
Yeah.
because I was like, I have $100 and that's what I'm spending.
You know who did spend
the
a lot
con.
of money too? Sean. I was shocked. at how
Sean was
much money
spending.
He
yeah,
was just
we were hanging
like this.
We were hanging out with one
Yeah.
of our listeners.
Yeah.
Sean, and he's in the video that we
Yeah.
that we released on Monday.
He's the Witcher.
Yeah, he was the Witcher. We were hanging out
Geralt.
with him. Yeah, while we were
The
there.
Witcher.
and dude was spending money like it was going out of style, man. Like I was like he was spending money like it was burning a hole in his pocket.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey man, he works. He can do whatever
They
he
kept
wants.
tossing coins to him, dude.
Yeah, and people kept tossing coins.
He was tossing coins back,
dude.
He was like,
I get tossed coins. I throw bills.
That was really sick
throw
when we
your
went
bills at your vendor.
it was so funny because Sean had already been to a booth that we had gone to. It was the collectibles one.
Yeah.
What was it? It was the Critical Hit Collectables. And then when we went, it was so funny because Sean had already been there, and the guy was getting ready to do his spiel, to do the whole like, hey, this is how much, like, this is the deals, this is everything like that. And right as he was about to open his mouth, Sean just immediately goes like, all right, man, this is how it works. This is this much, this is this much, this is this much. All right, they got a special deal, 10% off right now, 30% off for this. He went through the whole thing. And then the guy was like, yep, that was everything.
He said my speech.
He said my whole thing, and then the guy, and then that's when he gave him the gold coin.
So don't spoil the gold coin. So the gold coin is special. So if you watch the interview that comes out on Friday or Saturday, I haven't decided which one to put it.
I didn't know you guys were interviewing the guy over there. So I went
so
to
he
go
talks
off
about that coin.
It's all D&D stuff.
You can watch it later.
Yeah, no, I'm going to watch it later.
Yeah, you can witness it with everyone else.
You can witness it with
So
everyone
in the
else.
interview, they talk about the gold coin that Sean gets, right?
Yes.
It's a pretty heavy metal coin.
Dude,
like
it was a
pretty,
nice coin.
Yeah, he
It
did
was
show
nice.
that to me.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was nice.
It's a pretty nice coin, but there's something specific about that coin. The thing is, you needed to spend a certain amount of money with them to get that coin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was the first thing he said when you walk up.
Yeah, and that coin was
I thought
very
it was
special.
I thought it was so funny because Renee was like, I'm gonna buy like a couple of things, and as soon as the guy was like, oh, you need to spend this much money, I saw Renee go and buy.
But it was look, I will tell you this: when you go to conventions, dice makers are some of the coolest people there because I was hoping
And
to see
passionate.
and
It's
very
so
passionate.
passionate.
So I forget the name. It'll be in the video when you see it. But they sell pretty unique dice at every price level. And you'll see it in the interview because he kind of talks about it there as well. But I will mention one in specific that's about, I think, $100. And they're made out of gemstones.
Yeah, they're in the you saw an example of them inside the video from Monday. Go check it out. They're actually, you can see them. They're 100.
Those are metal.
No, those were gemstones.
Oh, the ones that you
The ones
pull
that
out
I
in
picked
video,
up, those are gemstones.
Those are gemstones,
The metal ones are completely different. But honestly, I picked up the gemstone ones, and I was like, they're pricey, but also
worth
they're
it.
really cool.
They also had some really cool like dice towers where you just drop
those
it
dice
in.
towers were really sick
they were really
too.
dope.
So the
Same
dice
thing with the leather mats to like throw the dice on.
Oh yeah.
Those are really cool.
So the
too.
dice towers I've seen before, and there's other vendors that go into cons and they do like handcrafted ones. I know that about 2 years ago, there was a vendor. I don't know if it was it wasn't 2 years ago. I think it was a couple years back. There was a vendor that took up like a pretty big spot, and they were making handmade dice. I think out of like I don't know if it was like wood or something like that. But they were also making those towers, and they were like carving them out of wood. Those were expensive. Those were ridiculous.
See, my thing is that as somebody who plays D&D often, the biggest problem I have, because those look so cool,
You don't want to use them.
I don't want to transport it.
Why?
I don't want to have to because I have to lug a bunch of stuff around already. I have to lug around my dice.
But you could come out like
books.
like some Yu-Gi-Oh card player and be like,
No,
with
I'm
your
not-
like gemstone dice.
I'm not gonna look
amethyst or how would you pronounce it? Amethyst or amethyst?
Amethyst?
I'm not gonna
Amethyst?
look like Putz Kaiba over here and just trying to like.
Dice roll, go.
I'm not gonna because sometimes like they're really intricate, but the thing is that they're not meant to be moved a lot because they have such intricate things and there's tiny little things on it that literally they just break, they just chip off, and you spend X amount of money because I know the dice towers you were talking about, they were somewhere in like the $250 range. And they weren't very transportable.
No, they were for more like in-house, like you're the one hosting.
Yeah,
D&D
they're
night.
very much like you're hosting D&D. This is yours. You're gonna put it somewhere. But also, where do I store those? Like they're so big. That's why I thought there's a guy online that does really cool ones where it's an actual dice box, and then when you unravel it, it has your dice here, and in the middle is a dice tower.
Yeah.
Those are really cool because it has function to it.
But see, the cool thing about this, right? The guy, first of all, I forget his name, but we'll get more in touch with him. Jonathan, thank you. We'll get more in touch with them. We're trying to work something out. We're gonna see what we can do. That's all I'm gonna say.
I really liked him. He was
such a cool guy, and he was like very enthusiastic about that dice he was selling and everything.
He was so
He explained it really well. I would have been, if I had the money for it, I would have bought the $100 gemstone dice because I love collecting dice like that. Like I don't play D&D enough to do it, but I would love to do it. It's interesting because when you see dice like that, you really want to buy them because they're uniquely yours. Like you feel that no one else will have them.
No
right?
one else is going to show up to the game with these.
Exactly. You're going to come out with amethyst dice. Like that's pretty dope, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. So go check out that video. It comes out either Friday or Saturday. Go support him. Let him know. If you guys go visit his webpage, let him know that you came from here to go see him and everything.
Yeah, let him know, man. Because those dice were really cool. Everything else was really cool. There was a couple other vendors that did like really cool, that did interesting things with dice, but I have to admit they were some of the ones that were actually showing, because there was another vendor that had dice, but it was just grab bags of dice. Which,
just random.
it was just you spend $20 and then you get like a random grab bag of dice, which I've done before. They're always cheap dice. Sometimes you don't like the way they look, and you're just kind of like, whatever. I'm just gonna throw it in my stash.
At the end of our day, we bought fudge.
I was so disappointed. I heard about that.
I gotta send you a photo of the thing.
Yeah,
you know what?
I heard about the fudge. I thought it was so funny. I was at a con, and I realized now I feel my age, because I didn't care about getting. I didn't care about getting like collectibles. I was like, bro, that jerky though, that sounds bomb.
Dude.
Like I wanted to get food.
Yeah, you wanted to get snacks. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about everyone that we visited.
Yeah.
We only got 2 interviews from 2 people. The fudge place we didn't get an interview with because
You should have.
They were
busy. They were busy. They were cutting fudge. Yeah,
we could have if we asked them, because they're super nice and super sweet over there. No pun intended. And but they were like, as soon as we got there, like there were people coming like shoving it. I was like, oh crap, okay. So
I saw in the video, like when I saw from what there was. Dude, that was packed. I also have no idea how I missed it.
So
like
it was huge.
It was such a huge booth.
Right,
how did I thought I went
literally
down every row.
It was like a romantic comedy the way I saw it, because I'm walking forward going to Artist
Brian
Alley.
caught it, yeah,
and I'm walking down the aisle, and then all of a sudden I smell chocolate. I'm like, what the heck is this? And I turn to my left, and I just see a line of fudge, and it's like a shining light came down with angel music just presenting itself, and I'm like,
and then you walked up and you were like, all right, Wonka, name your price.
Dude, I fell in love. I was just like,
Brian was like head over heels.
Dude, I was like,
fudge, man.
I was drooling. I was like, oh god.
like it wasn't even a hesitation of like seeing the fudge, because he knew when he looked in he was gonna buy something.
He was like, I'm done.
It wasn't like, no, it was
I'm
like,
done.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm done. Like,
and as soon as he bought something, I was like, well, Brian bought something. I was like,
well,
why
Brian.
not?
Okay, well, don't try.
Also,
it.
I didn't realize until I was editing the video, it has 30% less sugar than other fudge.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So in the video, you'll see the description in the back. Here's what I'm going to do, guys, okay? If you guys got to this part of the podcast... No, shut up. Let me plug this in. So if you guys are this far into the podcast, everything that we're talking about, all the vendors and everyone we visited, all their information will be in the description. So if you guys are interested in finding out where you guys can find the dice, in the fudge, the artists that I bought some posters from.
Those were nice.
Those were cool, right? And last but not least... Lucas Design, which we're going to talk about in a bit. All that information will be in the description below. You guys can check them out. And if you do go buy something, let them know that you came from us, that you came, watch Keeping Up with the Nerds, and that's how you guys find out about them.
Did Andy end up swinging back to that the Tapestry Avatar posters?
We were aiming back there.
So,
but they found something else.
So as we were going into Artist Alley, so we bought the fudge, right? And I was like super happy and everything. I'm like, okay, I at least want to buy one piece of art from an artist. That's what I always do at conventions, because Artist Alley is the greatest part personally. Yeah, because
you can
there's a lot of stuff.
You can't find anything else.
No. So we walked by.
It's all unique.
We walked by. Here's what I'm a sucker for. I'm a sucker for like nerdy memorabilia that's very unique. If you can conceptualize something from a nerdy, comic book or something, nerdy realm, and make it like special, I'm game. So a couple years back, I bought Godzilla posters that were on a different kind of like sheet they were like stained so that it looked like cave paintings.
Yeah.
That,
I bought that.
I remember. I've seen them before. Yeah,
so
yeah.
those are pretty cool. I found someone that did. My friend Rachel, who was an animator for CBS, I think DreamWorks now. She had her own booth there, and I bought a little Zelda. I think it's Wind Waker. It might be Breath of the Wild. That she looks like watercolor. I have that at home as well. Posters from Fallout that came from the video game. I don't know how they did it because those posters are basically in-game art. So I don't know if they like expanded it or like had a hand draw it. But this year we found someone that was selling flight posters. So it's like posters, like, you know, when you exit Star Tours, they'll say like, "Oh, come to Naboo," and it's like that. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's different places
Yeah,
from
in
like
different
nerdy realms.
nerdy
So
fandoms.
So
yeah.
where did you get some from Star Trek or what?
No. So Andy saw the one. She was the one that spotted it first, and she's like, "Oh, that's so cute because it's the Southern Air."
Please
Hang
tell
on.
me it's Welcome to Bossing Say.
No, it's the air Southern Air. She's a sucker for the Southern Air Temple. Like that's what she loves. Like, and it's cool. You get the little what are they called? The air bison. Is that what they're? I forget what they're called.
It is the
I'm
Air
blank.
Bison,
Yeah.
yes.
So they're flying around, and it's like, oh, the Southern Air Tribe or the Southern Air Temple. Cool design. Then I look over, and I see a Columbia poster, and I'm like, bruh. If Columbia is there, I will buy the Columbia one if Rapture is also there. And there was a girl that was buying stuff, and she's like, "Oh," and she points right next to her, and I look, and it's the Rapture poster. It says,
That's
"Welcome to
awesome.
Rapture," and I'm like,
That's
"Where do
so
I buy
sick.
it?"
Yeah, done.
They also had a deal. It was like 3 for $45.
That's
I
pretty
bought-
good.
Yeah. So I bought the Southern Air Temple one. I bought the Columbia one and the Rapture one.
That's cool.
You can't have, one without the other.
The what was it? The last time I went and I bought something from like down there, I got somebody did playing card. It's a jumbo playing card, and it says J in the middle of it for the Joker, and it has a knife on one end and a gun on the other, and it has Heath Ledger on one end, and then it has Jack Nicholson on the other.
That's pretty
upside down.
cool.
So it looks like a playing card if you flip it. So it depending on which way it's flipping, depending on whether it's Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson on either side. That one was really cool. I got that one there.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, they were coming up with some good stuff, and then Mandy bought a pair of earrings as well.
She bought a pair of earrings that had
Pineapples, right?
No, slices of lime
Lemon.
and lemon. Yeah, she's a
Yeah,
sucker
yeah.
for earrings that are like.
Did she
fruit
have
off.
Did she have the business card that they gave her?
No, I have to ask her.
Ask her so
Yeah.
that way, in case any of the ladies in the that are listening
Yeah.
that are interested in it, we can put that
problem.
in the description
Yeah,
as well.
there was a lot. I will admit there was a lot of really cool stuff. Like even the those 3D plexiglass posters were so cool.
Oh, they were. Yeah.
Those are you were making fun of us when we were trying to look at them, but it was
Which
when
ones?
Oh yeah, they were the ones of like it was.
it was like it was a background art,
Yeah, and then it had
and
the
then
characters
it had like
on another layer.
it had like an inch
yeah.
of separation, and then had a character in the front.
Oh,
looked like it was
no,
3D.
I wasn't making fun of that.
Yes,
I was
you
making
said,
fun
like,
of
weebs.
Yeah, you were like, weebs, and then you like walked away.
Oh, I thought I said anime, and like my mind just shut down. I was like, no, I was making fun of you guys for looking at the big titty anime girls.
That was
Dude,
after
so
you
were
left, but
dude.
still.
That, also, you were doing it too.
No,
Yes, you were.
look
I saw
away.
you. I saw you linger.
I was waiting for you
I
guys.
saw you go like, what?
Not speaking of that, but when we got there at the con, remember the Jessie girl that dressed up as from the Team Rocket? The girl
Yeah,
that was dressed up
the
as
girl
Jessie?
that- the
there
girl
were
that walked in
so
with me,
many.
right?
Yeah, yeah, and there were so many people just like surrounding her, taking pictures of her. I was like, dang,
Dude, yeah, there. I don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
she looked very cool.
She looked cool, yeah.
she looked just like Jessie. It was a very good costume.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one problem I might have with cons and stuff like that is that it is the first time that they have seen half naked women.
certain
Certain people.
Yeah, that's the first time they have gotten close to a certain
Which is a thing.
person. It is.
Let's discuss cosplay
Unfortunately.
after we talk about Lucas Designs, because that was
Yeah.
also an interview that we got. So this Lucas is his name.
Luca.
Luca.
Don't you get his name wrong.
Is it? I thought it was Lucas.
Luca?
Luca.
It's Luca
Luca.
Designs.
Luca
So
Designs.
he had a booth that was selling leather jackets made out of different
Custom leather jackets.
custom leather jackets that had different designs on them from different nerdy realms.
Yeah.
So we have from when we were walking by, we noticed I think the most obvious one for me was the Capsule Corp one.
Yeah.
I saw the Capsicorp one. The one that shot out to me was the Green Arrow. That one,
the Green Arrow one was pretty cool
because it was the TV show. I think it was like maybe like second or third season.
Yeah.
Look, it was a leather jacket with like nets inside of it.
Yeah, that was really dope.
It looked really cool. It had like the padding that looked like it was armor plated and everything else. I looked at it and I was like, this is pretty dope.
For me, it was
costume.
the Nightwing one.
And the Red Hood.
And the Red Hood.
The Red Hood one was sick. Here's the thing I will say.
The Robin one really sold me.
I saw that one after.
The Robin one we saw in the middle of the interview, and we were trying not to nerd out to it because we were in the middle of the interview and Luca's talking, and then like I'm videotaping. And I'm like looking at it, and then me and Renee are trying to be as quiet as possible because we know it's gonna pick up. So I'm like, and then he goes, what? And then he looked.
It's the one that has like that teal color to it,
Teal,
right?
it was teal red. It was
with
teal
the Robin
red,
logo
with
on the
the
side,
Robin
right?
arm, with
So
the
here's the
Robin
thing about those jackets. They're uniquely designed because my favorite one was an N7 jacket.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It was the N7 logo on there that
It's
looked
the
like the
jacket from 3.
It looks like it.
It looks like
Because here's the
another
thing,
jacket
and this
from
is what I was telling Luca, is that when you see those designs made by like the companies that make those games, right? You end up having them be replicas, but they don't either feel good or way too expensive.
No.
Luca was selling them for under $200.
Yeah.
And they look...
And the quality
was good. The feel was great. The designs were spectacular. And they were so uniquely different that you could look at it from afar and know that's a Red Hood jacket. That's an N7 jacket.
Yeah.
That's the Green Arrow jacket. But
not-
it's so uniquely different. It doesn't really pull a lot from the property.
He was talking that the most popular ones were the Batman ones and then the Star-Lord ones. Those ones because they just look cool.
Yeah, because he was saying Star-Lord is sneaky because it looks just really like a really cool.
It looks like a motorcycle jacket.
It looks like a really cool motorcycle jacket, and then you then go, and then like once you start kind of looking at it and you see all the pieces to it, you're like, oh my god, it's Star-Lord.
Yeah, it's a Star-Lord jacket.
Because they even had like Akira.
Yeah,
He had Akira, which are jackets. It was at the very top. He also had a whole bunch of stuff that was just all over the place of like different realms and different people that you can that, like different nerd factions that you can really jump into.
He had a Venom jacket that was embroidered, which was cool.
Yeah, like
we didn't get to really see that one.
No,
Someone bought it
someone
right there.
just bought it right
But the
then and
Decepticon one that he showed us at the end,
He was so
It will be in the
excited.
video. That way you guys can see all this.
No,
I
but
have
it
to
was
admit,
just
but he
really
was.
cool.
I remember when we were talking to him, and then he remembered. He was like, "If you want to see my coolest jacket," because we were like, "What's like the coolest jacket you have?" And he was like, "My Venom one," and he was so excited to see it. And then he was like, "Oh dang, somebody bought it."
I think what was really cool about him that really stuck with me is just how passionate
He was enthusiastic.
He was so happy just to kind of like talk about his product.
My big
and
thing
showcase
was,
it.
yeah, my big thing I liked about it though was that he was using actual leather. Like he was trying his best to give a quality product for a reasonable price. Like yes, it was somewhere in the realm of almost 200, but for a really good jacket. Like a really good leather jacket that you can wear.
That's
like,
gonna stick with you for.
That's gonna stick with
years.
You guys didn't wear the jacket, right? I will tell you this.
I tried on one.
You tried one?
I
Okay.
tried on one, and it felt really nice.
Wasn't it breathable?
It didn't get super hot. It felt like it was really good, and also the fact that he can customize it to your size, like the way that so that way it fit you like a glove. I was like, that's a win for me.
So those are two vendors that we were really excited for. Was
Yes.
the Hitbox Collectables, I think is what it's called, and the Luca Design.
It was Critical Hit Collectables.
Critical Hit Collectables and the Luca Design jackets. So go check out their videos because when we interviewed them, they were very enthusiastic about their products. They were super nice, super like just great people overall because they were super excited to get interviewed by us.
The interesting thing was that the thing I couldn't believe though was how much time Luca gave us because his booth was packed.
Yeah.
There were people coming in and out
he
as we're doing the
moved
interview.
people.
Yeah.
He moved. He was like, "Oh, hey guys, I'm doing an interview right now. Can you guys move?"
Yeah.
And like he was really nice. Like even when he was talking to people that were like trying to like he just did a really nice job talking to like the customers, and he was really trying to get like, what do you like? How do you like things to feel on you? Like he really cared about, hey, when you buy my product, I really want you to love it. And I think that was so special.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah. So
You don't
that
see that a lot.
interview.
He even talked about how like he makes jackets for bigger people as well too. He wants even bigger people to wear them, and I'm like, that's great.
He was.
Yeah, 'cause I think he even said like, oh yeah, like I have a 3X. Like he goes,
4X.
He went up
Yeah.
to 4X with Brian's
Yeah,
jacket.
he was like, he goes,
like,
oh yeah, I have like a 4X jacket,
Yeah.
and because he put it on you, and dude, he got you almost like a glove.
Yeah.
He saw your body type, and he immediately went, I got you.
Yeah.
He grabbed one jacket and he put it on you, and you were
And
like,
it looked
and
good
you were
on you
like,
too,
oh,
yeah.
this is nice.
Dude, I fell in love with that jacket.
Yeah.
I want the N7. If I had money, I would have bought it right then
He
and there.
takes it off. You're like, no.
I love the N7 Spectre design, dude. It's freaking awesome.
It's a cool leather. Because the thing is that I remember seeing one. Actually, you remember seeing one because somebody from our old job, one of the kids, their parents brought it for them.
They bought it from BioWare shop.
They bought it from the
But
BioWare
it was
shop.
super bulky.
It was so bulky. It was cheap. It was pleather.
That's BioWare. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well, no, because that's the thing is that
But it was a thin leather jacket that was pleather. So even if like let's say if you got stuck out in the rain in it, leather jackets aren't supposed to be in the rain no matter what.
Yeah.
Pleather jackets are definitely not supposed to be in the rain.
Oh yeah.
So because like the water will then absorb into it and then it'll just start breaking it apart. Leather, like authentic leather jackets, if you get inside, you can like wipe it down they'll still keep.
if you guys want to check out both of the vendors we're talking about,
Yeah.
interviews will be up on Friday and Saturday. Go check them out.
It was so cool.
Luca, if you're listening, I have an idea for you.
Duh.
No, hang on.
No,
I'm gonna
yeah.
recommend one. I'm gonna recommend a
I
jacket.
might have to get a
Hold on,
custom one from him.
hold on.
so-
Are
No,
you
no.
gonna are you gonna pitch the man who knows what he's doing?
No.
Like-
An idea.
Are you gonna pitch him?
No. You want to know which jacket I'm thinking about?
Which one?
From Cyberpunk, the yellow one.
You know what? Honestly, if he already wasn't working on it, I would be so surprised.
Imagine he
I
already
would
was
be
like, I'm already on it.
Like
He's like making it as he's
like he's
listening
like
to it.
literally he's sewing in the reflectors and he's like, beat you to it. Like
No, but the one from the anime and the one that V wears as well. Because
he had the one that V wears.
Oh, he did?
I showed it to you.
Oh, that's right.
He had the one V wears.
I think if I was to get a jacket from him, I would want a hood.
The red hood?
No, just a hood in general because I like having a hood.
Oh, you like having the hood?
Yeah.
You know what?
The red hood.
and he
one was really
says he
cool.
does that. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he says he can add them in.
Yeah.
I
The
saw
red
him
hood
with
one I
that.
fell in love with. I would love to wear the red hood one out just outside.
Yeah,
Just walking around.
Also, it would work really well for a cosplay. Like
It
that
does.
would-
That's
that
what's
would've-
even cool about his jackets too.
I
They
love
work
them.
so well with cosplay.
Yeah, like literally, you can just cosplay with them. Like literally, you can. What was it? The Power Ranger ones. Those were so cool.
They were dope.
It was like the Yellow Ranger. He had like all the Power Rangers, and like all you need to really do was put that on, put like biker gloves, like white or black biker gloves.
That's it. You're good.
And then like maybe like a helmet or anything else, dude. You had a cosplay right there. You literally were just a biker ranger.
Yeah.
Go check them out, guys.
It was so cool.
Everything is going to be in the description, so go check them out. And if you guys are buying something from them, let them know that you came from Keeping Up with the Nerds.
Yeah, man, they were
Yeah,
so
we're
cool.
gonna definitely
They were
hit
really
them
cool.
up for some stuff. So we'll see what
I
happens.
like how you're just like, yeah, we're gonna try and get this.
Yeah, I mean,
They were
yeah,
so cool. They were really cool.
I fell in love with how they spoke and everything, so it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Moving on to other topics regarding LA Comic Con. So one of the things that I noticed, and I wanted to kind of talk about it with you guys in the last 20 minutes of this show, was basically the idea of conventions. We've always kind of gone back to this, and we've done it. The show's been going on for almost 3 years at this point. We talked about it in year 0, we talked about it in year 1, and now in year 2, we're going to the convention, right? So one of the things that I noticed about conventions is that the idea is slowly dying out.
Yeah.
Right? E3 died like 3 years ago. COVID canceled a lot of conventions. Conventions are coming back, but they're slowly bringing in that hype again. People are just excited to go, but not a lot of announcements are being made. So we saw that with San Diego Comic-Con this year, where Marvel and Disney pretty much dominated the whole thing, but nothing major was announced at the convention. You said it best. It's not media specific anymore. Same thing with WonderCon. LA Comic-Con had almost no announcements. But the unique thing about it is that production companies were announcing things around LA Comic Con.
But there was the thing was is that I really do like the idea of that, is that I like cons to be less about I'm going to try and find the new thing. I'm trying to go to Hall H. I'm trying to do all these other things. I'm just here to, for one, meet the people who I am fans of, you know, whether it's the Elijah Woods, the Amy Jo Johnsons, the, you know, whoever it may be, Giancarlo Esposito, who was there all 3 days.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, dude, he was here from Friday all the way to Sunday. I was like, man, he don't need money. Like, what? Why is he here?
Yeah.
Like, why is
I
this
think
dude
Will
here?
Wheaton and LeVar Burton were there for
Yeah,
2 days.
they were.
Yeah, like there was a lot of like there was like a lot of really big people that were just there that signed on to go, hey man, like we're here to like take photos, meet our fans, do autographs, and really, you know, just experience the con environment. I've been to San Diego Comic-Con when there is a Hall H, like when we're here to go to Hall H. That's the only reason we're here for. And I feel like that's unfortunate for the con, because I feel like once Hall H was done, because Hall H was so big, everybody would go into Hall H and the con would be feeling dead the whole time. Like it would just feel dead. Nobody was in panels. There wasn't a lot of people on the floor. Like it just kind of felt like a swap meet. And you were kind of like, okay, like this is okay. And then as soon as Hall H let out, everybody would get dumped into like the pool. And it was
a free for all.
And it became a free for all. Not only that, but also that's another thing too. They were dangerous. When I went to Comic-Con, when I went to LA Comic, when I went to SD Comic-Con, they literally let people rush the door. Which is
I heard about
so
that, yeah.
dangerous. It was
That's
so
not good.
dangerous. Not only that, but also it irritated so many people because it was a lottery system. So you could have stood in line all night long. If you wanted to go into, let's say, the Funko booth, I want to go into the Funko booth so that way I can get my Funko Pops. You walk up, they have a little tablet or a smartphone that's right here, and then they go tap it. You then tap it, turns green, you get a ticket or a ticket time to go in. It turns red. Sorry, dude, you wasted your whole time. You wasted your time. But you wasted your time.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Rest
well,
in peace.
I think it was like it's 1:11.
Yeah.
Should be like around 1:11, 1:12. So anyway, you wasted your entire time. If you spent the night here since 8 o'clock or anything like that, and you missed out on everything else, you missed it. Because why? Because because it was just a lottery system. You weren't guaranteed anything there, and that even went for getting autographs,
I feel like that
getting
would happen
anything
to me.
else.
Like if that was that case for anything,
'Cause
would
I
come
wanted-
up red and be like,
Because that happened to me. But that did happen.
That is my
to me.
13th reason why. Yeah.
That did happen to me because I was 8th in line to go to get into Hall H, and then they went, okay, cool, doors are open, and they just let everybody run. They didn't even like let anybody else. Dude, people hop lines. They were pushing people out of the way. They were trying to push in. Then like you just see people running at escalate. It was dangerous. It gets crazy.
that was at the Funko one, right?
No, that was at the Hall H.
That was
one.
just
that was
Hall
that was at
H?
well, because once you get up to Hall H, then it fills, and then they go. You can then go you can then go get Funko or go get whatever. Luckily, now with technology, it's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've changed anything, but
Can you
still,
imagine that's still the thing? Like,
that's still a thing, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I do have to admit, though, like I enjoy cons a lot more when it's more of a fan experience.
yeah.
So
When I'm not trying to see the new thing.
it kind of works to its benefit to a point. Because I agree with you. When it's a fan experience, you get to kind of like walk around, see the vendors. Because that's the best part for me when it comes to conventions. I mean, sure, you get to see like what? We got to see Zack Snyder and Jeff Johns.
Zack Snyder and Greg Capullo.
Greg Capullo, excuse me, not
yeah,
Jeff
they were
Johns.
right in
Greg
front of
Capullo.
us,
Yeah.
They were right in front of us. We got to see him, right? So it's cool to see like the celebrities that you know. But
It was really funny when you pointed at the wrong person. It was like somebody that was just like writing down the schedule.
Oh, yeah,
And then
you thought it was
said,
Scott
it
Snyder.
said Scott Snyder, and you were like,
That's
"Is that
not it,
Scott?
right?
Is that Scott Snyder?"
And he comes up to you and goes, Renee, is that Scott Snyder? I'm like, no.
but then you pointed him
Yeah,
out, and
yeah.
then I realized that it
And
was.
then I looked him up, and I was like, that's Scott Snyder. And then you looked and you were like, oh, he's over there.
He
I'm
was
like,
standing
yeah.
next to the guy that, and then, you know what's funny about it is that Greg Capullo always comes out in photos with glasses on.
Yeah.
So he was the one I recognized first, and I'm like,
It's funny because that's his like profile is the sunglasses and the goatee.
Yeah.
That's it. You know that's Greg Capullo.
And literally, you were making fun of me, but I like pull Andy to the side. And I'm like, babe, you're about to see two legends in the DC comic book world.
Yeah.
That's Zack Snyder.
She's like, huh?
And she was like,
And that's Greg Capullo.
and she was like, that's cool.
That's cool.
They wrote,
Airbender stuff.
but the Bat Bunny suit.
Are you gonna smoke cigars? Like, let's do this. Come on. But I thought it was.
Sorry, because I completely lost track of what I was saying. The fan experience.
Yes.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you there. I will say that it works well, but I just don't like the fact that it was filled with Funko Pops. And it kind of goes with this kind of philosophy that businesses have.
Yeah.
The audience doesn't know what it wants until it gets it.
Yeah.
Right? So when you start to allow Funko Pops to kind of be the mainstream thing, you just get exhausted because they're just... At the end of the day, we don't open our Funko Pops because we know there's value to it.
Oh, I
Eventually.
open mine.
I
I
open
open
mine.
all of them.
I don't open any of them.
I got a Ultra Megazord. Took that crap out.
When
But
no,
God.
dude, I went to when
You
I
know
went
what?
to
Might as well
SDC
just get this over and done with.
Yeah.
Bah! Break the leg.
No, dude, when I went to SD Comic Con, they had the Beerus because that was right when what was it? Battle of the Gods.
Are you serious? And did you open that sucker?
So they ran out.
Oh.
They ran out of Beeruses, and then on the last day of the con, Funko opened back up, and they went, we have damaged boxed.
Oh yeah, you can still make.
You
money
told
on
me about
those.
that.
Yeah.
They have damaged box Funko. Funkos, it was all the ones that were like damaged in transport, and people were like, "Oh, I don't want to buy them." And then I called up my buddy. I called up Eric, from Super Mazer Bros.
Oh, okay.
Because he asked me to get one,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Hey, man, they have damaged box ones only." And he goes, "Dude, I do not care. Just get it." He goes,
I want one.
"Yeah." He's like, "I just want one." And then I went up to them and because usually I think they were like 15 or 20. Mm-hmm. And then I asked the girl and she was like, "They were $5."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
You can still make a profit on those.
Yeah, and literally I
But
looked
it's
it up.
so funny how just that immediately turns off a lot of collectors.
Yeah, I looked it up like I think that night, and I saw damaged Beerus for like I think it was like $20-$30. I was like, oh yeah, they're still valued.
You know what's funny? Like we do the same thing when we get damaged comics or like trades and stuff like that, and we'll put it as damaged and it's 50% off. Mm-hmm. I still get people coming in and they got it and they go, "So, how is it damaged?" And I'm like, "Well, usually it's called, there's usually a little bend, but you're also getting 50% off, so I question it." So, and then like they usually laugh,
And he gets the same when she used to work retail. She'd do like, people would go up to the clearance section. It's like 60-70% off, and they're like, "So can you get another 10% off?" And huh?
It's like, why would you?
Exactly.
Why
So
would you give it 10% off?
when we do our Black Friday sale, I have a couple of people that will ask that because when you come in the store, when you sign up and do a Pulleys, you get a 10% discount.
I've asked that.
And yes, and they get the 50% off, and they come up and they're like, "So do we get like the 10% on top of that?" And I'm like, "No." So
Look, come shop at Undercity. We're great. They're great people. It's just don't be
Stop trying to
asking.
cheat them.
Yeah, exactly.
don't
Support small
act
businesses.
like you're smart. Like,
Hey, listen, I remember I asked that question too. I asked it. I was like, well, wait a minute. If I already get it 10%.
I will tell you the one thing that I'm very upset about. I've forgiven Susan for it, but
you had to forgive her for something?
I internally forgave her. I wasn't mad at
You
her, but I was like,
internally
I was
forgave
sad.
her. Okay.
When The Walking Dead, remember this whole debacle that what's his name from The Walking Dead, the
oh,
writer? What's his name?
Robert Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman was like, this the comic series is gonna go up to like 200 and something, whatever, 250.
It was gonna end at 240. It was gonna go up to 250, but it ended at 243.
So it was like, it's gonna end at 250, and like literally last minute, he's like, I'm done. I'm doing it at 243. So I called up Susan. And I'm like, hey, can you put The Walking Dead on my list? She's like, I just ran out. So I never got my issue. I never got my first print.
That's the thing, and I think I had to explain it to you. We had to order them 3 months ahead of time, already expecting we're going to get 7 more issues on top of that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to key numbers, she knows when it comes to key numbers, she
Order
ups
more.
she ups the order.
Yeah.
But she was going off of the normal order that she usually does when it comes to.
So
in the
Robert
middle.
Kirkman gets.
Yeah, Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, Robert-
No,
Blame Robert Kirkman.
I can't. Yeah, just in case we do get him.
We're not.
He ain't gonna show up for
Hey, we're
keeping
not-
up with the
That's
nerds.
like dude.
You never know.
No,
Dude, that's like
I'll be like
saying,
Robert
like, oh,
Kirkman. You owe me an issue 243,
dude,
first print.
That is like you saying, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to interview Alan Moore."
Oh my god, yeah, that's true. Alan Moore is just a nut that just like, oh well, no, I don't.
We get
wanna
to
do
interview
it.
Bob Iger after all the crap we talk about Disney.
Listen, all I know is that for cons, just to bring it right back
Yeah.
to the conversation that we were having before, you know,
God.
you spiraled.
Yeah.
You spiraled.
You're the one that talked about damaged boxes.
I was trying to explain my story.
Yeah, and so was I.
No. Anyway, for cons, I can see it because like at E3 is a very interesting con, just because it's a lot of like we're trying to sell. We're not selling anything. There is no merch. There's no. That's why I'm saying it's a vastly different con. No one is selling anything for the most part.
It's all promotion.
It's all promotion. We're just here to show you things. And the problem is that because I've been to E3 in both ways. I was at E3 when E3 was only press and only people in the industry, and then I was there when they opened it up to the public. When it was press and just industry, it was really nice because you actually got to see things. You actually got to go in. You could check things out. You can kind of like you actually got to experience the con, and it was a lot of fun. Once they added people in, like once they started saying,
that was the downfall.
that was the downfall because honestly, some of those lines could be anywhere to 1 to 4 hours.
The Nintendo ones.
Nintendo would
the
be
Microsoft
was
ones.
automatically one. So I remember what happened was that because I was an exhibitor, what I would do is I would go, okay, I'm going to take the afternoon shift, and my boss would then go, okay, that's fine. I'll go ahead and give you the afternoon shift to work the booth. So I would go in the morning, and because I was an exhibitor, I would then walk up to the line and go to the very front.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Because nobody would be there. I told you, I didn't tell the audience. So,
All right, Nick.
So what happened was that I was then there. My buddy who was also at the con, told me, "Hey man, I don't have an exhibitor badge. I just have a regular badge." And I go, "Don't worry about it. Once you come in, they're gonna open the gates, and it's gonna be kind of like the Persians rushing at the hot gates. What I need you to do is like I'm gonna wave my hand as the people just run up to get into line, come up to me and just walk into the line." And we were all the way at the front. Literally, this line is going all the way. It's wrapping all the way around. It turned into like a 3-hour line. He like walks up to me with this huge group of people and just merges into the line and becomes part of us. We were like, yes.
So that's funny you say that happened to you because you're a certain tier of
You were.
and we almost had the same experience, me and Mandy, because when you dropped us off to get the badges,
Yes.
it was general admission.
Didn't it feel nice?
So we got two different sides of how they treat. And it's not in a bad way, but I get it at the same time as well
They
too.
treat you like animals.
Yeah. So when you're general admission and like we're going up and we see people are scanning QR codes, and I'm looking at Mandy, I'm like,
We didn't get a QR code.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think we got a QR code in the email. And we're like scrolling through, we're walking up, we're scrolling through, and I'm front to face with the woman that's supposed to give us the badges. And I go, unfortunately, I don't think I got a QR code. She goes, did you get an email? And I'm like, yeah, we got a confirmation email and stuff like that. But there was no code. Did you need a code? She goes, no, let me just see the email. I'm really seeing the email. So, and then the supervisor is coming in because she sees that me and Mandy are stuck. We're not moving. Other people are just literally going boop, boop, go, boop, boop, go. And we're not doing
grabbing.
that. Yeah. And so then she goes, guys, if you're ready, you need to be ready when you come up here. Okay. If you're not ready, you can stand to the side and, just gather everything that you need to do and then come up and see her. And we're like, okay, so do you want us to go in the back of the line? She goes, no. You don't have to go in the back of the line. You just have to, get out of the way and stuff. And so then she's telling us, so I'm telling her, I'm like, well, the thing is though, is that I don't have a QR code. She goes, okay, well, let me see your email. And she saw the email and she read it. And
she
she's
said
all,
press.
and it said press. And she goes, oh, okay, you guys are you guys are, this is general admission. You guys need to go to exhibitor/press entry. And we're like, oh, where's that then? And we're like, she goes, that's at the South Gate. It's basically, she was telling us to go on the other side of the convention center. So she was about to send us back out. But then she thought, you're gonna have to go through security again, because we already cleared to go to security through general admission. She goes, you know what? You're just gonna have to go through security again. But if I can send you this way. You just walking through, and we're like, okay. And she basically walked us through the convention, the middle of the convention, to get to the other side. So it was funny because and she goes, okay, so it's just down that corridor and then it's downstairs. And we're like, that's it? And she goes, yeah, that's it. And I go, what do I have to say? She goes, just show him the email and tell him your name. That's it. We're like, okay, cool. And that was it. And I was telling Manny, I was like, it's funny how her mood changed when she saw that it was a press badge.
Look, I'm gonna say this because I mentioned it before.
It did, right?
They treat, so I mean,
They treat-
it's not a bad thing.
they
I
definitely-
don't want to
so-
say that it's like a
they
bad thing.
They definitely treat
because
people
they
with-
know that we could talk about it any sort of way,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So now this is the thing. Look,
Like now.
I told you, I told you this before we started. I told you this when we were there at the convention. I said, like, look, the fact that it says press, I don't want to take advantage of it because you're there, you're representing a brand, you're representing your work. Did the thing die?
No,
getting
you're
there.
fine. You're fine.
It's getting there. It's like a 13%.
Oh, okay,
So-
cool.
okay,
so
so
we
we
got to
got-
wrap it up soon.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
What time are we at? 10 minutes?
124.
124. We'll wrap it up in 5 minutes. So this will be the last thought, right?
Yeah.
So basically, the responsibility of having a press badge means that you have to represent your brand, your people that
You
are looked
should.
up to,
You
right?
should be.
Which is interesting because I also mentioned it that when I've gone to conventions as a guest. And I've asked because I used to do like vlogs and stuff, and I'd ask for interviews. People would be like, kind of like whatever about it. The fact that we had a press badge, people were more open to it. They're like, oh yeah, sure,
people
why
were
not?
more inclined,
Yeah.
not inclined, but more felt like they could talk to us. and
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly.
that.
I just thought it was funny though because every single time I've come to LA Comic Con, they give you these. They give you badges like this. I think it's funny because I've been to other cons there, like bigger cons, like cons that are like we have very sensitive things behind this door.
Yeah.
And it's a QR code. It's your name. It has where you're supposed to be going from. It has where you're supposed to be. It has everything on the badge.
It should have your name on it too.
There are security guards there that are basically going like ID, ID. And if it doesn't match, give me the badge. Confiscate it immediately. That happened to us so many times over at E3. That's a huge
That makes sense. But here,
and
this
they
is
also
the
have
thing.
the reflector too. That's why those lights on the top.
Yeah.
Those are to show that it reflects, so that way it's not a fake badge.
So the thing is, I didn't see a lot of press badges. I
No.
saw a lot of exhibitor badges, and I also saw a lot of 3-day passes. And
I
stuff
saw
like that.
like Saturday passes, I saw 3-day passes, 2-day passes, and that was it. I hardly saw any press badges. Mandy was telling me when she was walking around, and she was also in cosplay as well too. She was Hawks from My Hero Academia.
What? I'm just kidding.
She was, when people were noticing her badge, she said that she was getting looks, like not like she was getting like a couple of dirty looks from some people, certain people, when they were showing with like their Saturday badge or stuff like that from other general admission people. And I was like, really? She goes, yeah, it was weird that because like I guess they know like we didn't necessarily have to go through the trouble of buying these essentially.
No, but still, like,
I think, but the thing is, and I chalked it up as I think we earned these because we built our brand. It took us so much, to get to where we are right now.
Yeah,
we put in so much time, so much effort into our videos and podcasts, and to get our name out there. I think honestly, this is something that we earned.
Not only that, but you also have to consider the fact that like when we do this, right? Because there were two sides to us going to the convention. We enjoyed it and we got to experience it together as a group. And for Andy and Manny who haven't gone, they also got to experience it as well. They helped us out with some camera shots. They helped us with like getting like attention and kind of spotting things here and there. So they acted as like production assistants as well, right? But the other aspect of it is that we got content to cover the con.
we were working.
We were working that time. And so the video that pops up on Monday is proof of that right there.
Yes,
it
definitely.
highlights what we really liked about the convention.
I don't know why I was hiding it.
I'm like, hey,
that was weird.
You had
The
yours.
interview that comes out on Tuesday with the Sandlot cast
Yes.
It was an interview that we got.
And I
that
felt
we wanna
like,
put out there.
And I feel like it's something that they also needed as well too. You know, they wanted to
that
talk
coverage
about
because
that. Yeah.
it's a charity. We're covering a charity.
Yeah.
Again, Nick did not make it about the cast of
No.
Sandlot. This is Play Forever, the charity that they're trying to get up and going. That's a good charity for kids
Made sense.
around the area. It makes sense.
It's a great thing.
It's really cool.
I mean, that's the thing with press badges, and I feel like that's what people weren't really what people might not understand, is that were we there and did we have fun?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But while we were there was a lot of conversations of we need to go left because we need more art. We need to go right because we need more cosplayers. Where are the cosplayers at? Okay, cool.
We were essentially doing our job.
We were running around the entire con, and
We
were
never
trying
sat
to-
down.
No.
No,
then,
I saw
so
him,
mad. He was
and-
so upset.
and Mandy was. I can see it in Mandy's face of her just going like, "Y'all gotta like calm down."
No.
Like you guys are hiking back and forth
Yeah.
to each room trying to get like video of specific things. You all need to calm down.
I
Like,
gave
I
up
need to
my
change
knees.
shoes.
No, well,
Yeah,
the
I
thing
need to
is
change my
that
shoes.
we only could get all three of us to come in on one day. So that was Saturday was the
That's
day
why
we're
we
like,
needed to
we
do it. We
needed
needed
to
to-
film, we need to interview, we need
Whatever we
Yeah.
need to do.
the
this year.
interviews of the two vendors that we got, Luca and Jonathan, were also there. And we
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that we highlighted
Yeah.
vendors that we thought were impressive there.
One of the funniest things was when we were doing the interview for the Sandlot guys. I remember I started the interview with them, and I see Brian. He's holding the camera, and he's holding it real
Mind you,
low.
these are hard floors.
Yeah, mind you, it's concrete floor.
Yeah.
And Brian kind of squats down to hold down the video, and he's about to and he's like, action. And then like I start my whole spiel, and then I see Brian. I can see he doesn't really do leg day, so he like immediately just goes, all right, I'm gonna kneel, and he puts his knee on the thing, and I could see. Not only did I see,
Yeah.
but the Sandlot cast could see. Brian is struggling.
Yeah.
Like,
It hurt my knees, man. I was
Yeah.
sweating like I was working
As soon
out.
as you need, I was like, ooh, Brian's gonna regret this choice right now.
because for the next 15 minutes.
9 minutes. It was 9 minutes. It was like about 9 minutes.
Yeah, but
you
we
could see
were chit chatting in the very beginning.
Brian's like this, and he's like, so when they started talking, and then Nick, he's like this, and I could see Brian like, he's all squinting. He's all,
Not only that, but also Brian is drenched in sweat like he had just ran a marathon.
he's burning his core right now. He's like,
Dude, I was freaking hurt. It was part pain, part like.
It was so bad.
I was using other muscles, man. I was using core muscles. I was like, whatever weight I can take off my knees,
Like
just do
we
it.
didn't have a lot of time with them, but I also knew if I don't hurry this, if I don't start finishing this up, I'm gonna lose Brian's knees.
Yeah.
Like Brian's gonna be complaining all day about his knees, and he's gonna blame me
great.
for it.
yeah. It was great. It was good to see your dedication.
Yeah.
and then
I wanted
was
the
funny.
content, all right?
But that's what I mean, though, is that we were running around. We
Yeah.
had to go from downstairs to upstairs. To,
Oh yeah, we went. So we had to go upstairs to meet with Aaron, and then Aaron's like, "We got to go," and we're like, "Okay."
Well, because originally
Yeah.
they were supposed to come to us.
Yeah.
That's how that was supposed
But
to.
they didn't want to leave with our booth, which is fine because
That makes sense. Not only that, but also it was a better backdrop. It was a very.
You know what? And I was worried about the backdrop when we got inside. I was like, "Ooh, this is very bland." You know, I was like, "Ooh." But they were like, "No," because they didn't want to leave their booth because they wanted to keep signing,
people.
meeting people, taking pictures, and they were taking donations as well.
They
too.
were super nice.
Oh yeah. Also, go to playforever.org that we can buy all their merch because they had like
Brian's
really
gonna
cool.
have it right down here.
They had like really cool.
No, I'm not. It's in the interview video that they can go check out.
it's in the
It came out on
interview-
Tuesday.
it's in the
Yeah, but if
interview.
they didn't see it, we'll just.
It'll be in the
No,
description.
but it is
no,
in-
it's in the description.
It's in the
description
interview
in
video.
the video.
But
In
they
the
have
podcast.
like the Sandlot jerseys. And,
Yeah.
like they had some cool sweaters.
I think all of it, if not,
They have great tiers.
a lot. It was all going to.
It was
the
all charity, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
all going to the charity. So when you make those donations and you when you're buying that stuff, it's going as a donation to Play Forever. So yeah, make sure to always remember that. But yeah, just got to close out. I do think that we did an awesome job. LA Comic Con was that was it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. We did a hell of a job. We were running all over the place. Me and Renee, when we first got there, dude, you didn't see the mission we busted just to get in there.
Finding
dropped-
parking was so hard.
Dude, I dropped him off and I went, get out of my car.
Yeah, basically. And Maddie had to grab her wings. The wings legs were like stuck in the back and stuff. And she's like, okay, hold on. I'm like, babe, there's cars. We need to go.
Leave them behind.
Yeah.
The wings have to stay.
And then like that's the thing is that you dropped us off we had to walk around the barricade.
It was so funny.
And one of the security guys saw that we were walking. He goes, "You guys want to just get through?" And we're like,
He opened the barricade.
Yeah, we're like, if you can open, that'd be great. He goes, "No problem." You know, so great staff at LA Comic Con.
I did think it was messed up though, because right after I dropped you off, I then drove up a little bit more, and then right where I stopped was where the other side of the barricade ended. I thought it was so funny.
I was
like,
looking down. I was like, we still got like 10 feet of barricade.
yeah, like I went down
Like,
10 feet, and I literally saw like the barricade ended, and then you could go around, and I'm like, ooh, really should have dropped them off here.
a couple more feet. They could have just walked right up.
Just walked, and then I looked at them. But I looked at my rearview mirror, and I'm like, oh man, are they walking? Because I'm gonna feel real bad if they're walking. And I didn't see them anymore. And I go, all right, well, either they made it in, or they got hit by
I
a
was
car.
thinking about jumping the barricade, but the security guy kept staring at me, and I was like, "No, I can't jump it," you know. And then I don't think Mandy can jump it too. And but then me and him locked eyes. He goes, "You want me to open it?" I'm like, "Yes." And then he opened it. It was good.
Nah, I had to work that day. I had to rush out, and I made it there like 12:40.
Dude, you booked it pretty well.
And then the entire time I was telling Andy, I was like, dude, we gotta go. And so I got there, and I was like, okay, well, Nick said, you know, LA Live, there's parking there. We got there. The staff was like, yeah, hurry up in before I close it up. It was empty. I think they just wanted to close it because of the game that was going on.
Yeah,
that was like a Clippers game or something.
Yeah.
Dude, there was 3 events going on. At the
Yeah,
same
no,
time.
that was crazy. So,
But I thought I did think it was funny though, because as soon as I parked, as soon as we did everything else, I start walking over to the convention center. They're trying to tell me you got to go over to the other hall, and then I passed the first entrance, which was over at the West Hall. And right as I pass it, Renee goes, "Oh, you're at the hall," and I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Mandy just saw you.
Oh yeah.
Walk up." Like, Mandy sees you.
She
And then I'm like,
yells out, "Oh, there he is!" I'm like, "Where?" I'm like, he goes, "He's right there." I'm like,
yeah, and he goes, "Just walk up." Like, walk up to the front. And I start walking up to the front, and I'm like looking for her. And I'm like, I don't think this is right. And then she's like, and then he goes, "Yeah, Mandy says she sees you." And I'm like looking around, and I'm like, "Nah, dude, I don't think I'm in the right place." And he goes, "No, that's not you. That's definitely not you."
she
Keep
goes
walking.
because she points at some guy that looks like Nick, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Babe, that's not him." I was like,
I heard him go,
Yeah.
"Babe, that's not him," and I was like, "Oh, it's the other one."
Yeah.
And I had to like walk all the way to the South Hall. Yeah, that was funny. It was really funny.
"It was, yeah." That's the
It was
thing.
so funny.
I told her, "Don't do that. Don't just yell out. You know what you
Yeah.
when you first." Yeah.
Nick over here. The guy's just looking, going like,
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And then at the very end of the
Weird.
con,
She goes, it's funny because like she goes like, well, like you just gotta look for Nick. I'm like, yeah. How hard is it to find a Latino dude with facial hair and glasses in
Latino
LA?
dude, beard, wears clear glasses.
Yeah.
wearing
Wearing nerd merch
Yeah,
at a
nerd
nerd convention.
Yeah. In LA Comic Con.
yeah,
Let me just
it's like finding a needle
common
in a hay.
denominator.
All right,
right
sure.
now.
Let me pull out my Where's Waldo book real
Yeah.
quick. Let me practice this crap real
I
quick.
thought it was so funny too, because the guy when I went to do the security,
Yeah.
I walked up and the guy was like, "You got your badge?" And I'm like, "No, it's right there."
And I'm like,
And like literally,
See, they didn't question me.
no.
he questioned me for like 2 seconds, and I was like, "No, it's right there." And then he goes, "What?" And then like he sees you, and Mandy has like 4 badges
Yeah.
around her neck.
She has them all around.
She has it all around her neck,
Yeah.
and then he goes, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "No, bring it over, bring it." And he goes, "Dude, literally, I get it. You have a badge, like I see it."
No, wait, you questioned me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, like,
You wanna?
Yo, ID, look,
Give
look.
me the badge.
You know who I am?
Yeah.
You ever heard Keeping Up with the Nerds? Listen.
It's real.
It's real. Yeah.
Give it to Lewis, see if we can sniff it. Authentic. One of a kind. Attended only Saturday.
Dude, I would
Laminated to perfection.
I would laugh so hard if he was just like, "Kinko's." He's just like, "What?" I'm so confused.
Kinkos, they got the premium.
If Lewis ever comes back on, I wanted to just give him a bunch of cards, see if we can sniff out.
We'll get a bunch of shirts too and stuff. And like,
All right, where does this come from?
You know what?
LA Fashion
You
Center.
say that like a joke. That actually would be a very compelling podcast if we were to get like a bunch of T-shirts and he was just
All right.
like analyze
then how about
they
next
were made.
November we do that?
Well,
that
if
would be
we-
hilarious.
Lewis can come on the show anytime.
never
that was the
different
thing.
sites.
We'll buy them from different sites.
We'll
and you
buy,
just
we'll
tell
buy
us
a
where you
shirt
made
from
it.
different sites,
Redbubble.
and we'll see like which one is.
We get it from the
like,
fashion district in LA.
Yeah, I'm down.
Get one custom, just screen printed on.
Yeah.
Just like a random store.
We do one that was made by All Real Addiction. So, by Adam in his garage, and
he goes, oh, this one they took time. This one, they definitely thought about it.
There's a lot of thinking.
They put a lot of thought into it. That was it. That's all I have to say.
We got to wrap this
Okay.
up. Lewis, I hope you enjoyed the commentary while you're showering. So.
Shampoo. You gotta do it. You gotta do it again.
Lewis, it's been an hour and a half, buddy. Come on.
Yeah.
You gotta
It's about time, all right?
You shampoo, condition, then shampoo again.
He's
That's how
gonna
that
stop
works.
I wonder if he
listening to us.
uses a loofah. Like, is it like,
You know what?
or does he?
He does loofah. I've seen a loofah.
Why
in
are we
his
doing this?
bathroom.
Dude, he's going to stop listening to us because he's
No,
like, you guys
he's
are
not.
getting
No, he's
real
not.
creepy.
No, he's not. No.
He's gonna laugh even harder. He's holding his loofah right now.
He's in the middle of the loofah. He's like, oh.
Lewis, don't forget to wash your legs.
He's like, don't listen to them, Gary.
All right, let's close it out.
Oh my God. There's keeping up the nerds trivia for you right there, dude. What is the ongoing joke that has been going on for almost like 6 months at this point?
Lewis showering.
Talking about Lewis showering.
It's so funny because I remember the first time I told you about that, and you were like, "That's not real." And then Lewis came on, and he was like, "No, dog, I was showering. Like I showered."
And then he asked us, he's like, hey, you gotta like cut it out, man. It's getting a little creepy. No, we're not stopping.
He never said that. He said he laughed.
No, he did. He
said
said,
he was dead.
it's starting to get creepy because you're telling him what to do.
No, it's creepy how it times well.
He said it's
Oh.
creepy on how well it times. 'Cause
So you think that by
whenever
now
we
he's
say
still in
that-
the shower after an hour and a half?
No, he's turning off the water right now.
He's
He's grabbing his towel.
you don't understand? He has a newborn. Of course, he's still in the shower after an hour and a half. It's the only time he gets by himself.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets to listen to us, dude. That's sweet.
It's the only time he
So
gets
intimate.
to himself. Yeah. Because as soon as he gets out of that shower, he's back to being a dad.
No more nerds. I'm sorry. Guys, thank you so much for listening to issue 126 of Keeping Up with the Nerds. As always, you guys can find us on any socials, including Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You guys can find our audio version of this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Podbean. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, what are you doing? Why?
Yeah.
Why not?
You're missing some great physical comedy
A full...
of just my face.
the whole sniffing thing. Go subscribe to our channel. This entire week is all LA Comic Con. So videos about LA Comic Con Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Not Thursday because that still belongs to Our Real Addiction. Go check them out, by the way.
I don't know why I thought he was going to say not Thursday. That's for Jesus.
That's
Jesus' day.
Jesus.
I don't know why.
Why'd you go Jesus in your head?
I think the Reverend's still in my head, man.
And if you guys are interested in any of the vendors we talked about, all their descriptions and stuff will be, or all their information will be in the description down below if you're watching it on Spotify, or in the description wherever you guys are listening to the podcast. There's a lot of content. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Also, Brittany, the wife that messaged us on Instagram. Yeah. She messaged us because apparently she heard.
Yeah, she listened to our
little
last
bit.
episode.
Yeah.
And shout out to D Saucy. That's her husband's Instagram.
There you go. Yeah. Stop. You've gotten one. Nick's gotten one. I haven't gotten one yet.
You're the man behind the
We'll
camera.
be around
Nobody
Uptown
recognizes-
more.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm always at home. I'm working.
Yeah, you're
I'm
editing.
I'm editing. Yeah, like Nick said on the
I don't know who let you out of your cage. That's my question.
Yeah, you still got about like a couple more, like 30 minutes of content to
Get
put
back
up,
in
man.
your cage, boy.
Who let you out, dude? This is why you don't eat today. All right.
Yeah,
Let's wrap it up. Come on, we got to let Brian work on the more videos too.
Yeah, no, I have to give Brian his biscuit and water, and then he has to go
Literally
back.
hasn't eaten.
Yeah.
Hasn't eaten.
No, I had a final. I edited.
He has
his,
but
his dinner was a lollipop.
Oh yeah, that's true.
in all fairness, it's not that Brian didn't have time to eat; it's that Brian forgot.
Forgot. It's code for Nick's not feeding me.
Hey man, I'll feed you.
Stop. All right. All right, ready to wrap this episode,
Yeah.
this issue? All right, here we go, guys. This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 126. My name is Brian.
And Nick,
Renee. We got it right.
Signing off from Under City Comics. We'll see you all next time.